Hello and welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is someone that is eating some delicious lemon squares. Zandy Boetas.
They taste like ass.
Who am I kidding?
Which is coincidentally my favorite line of the movie. I love it when she says that. I love Gail in this movie, Mark. I feel like she's actually the main center character. She just drives it all. She's got like the character arc from, oh gosh, like she's not this journalist, most important, most valuable person anymore, and she's trying to find her way and like Dewey is now like what, higher ranked than her basically, and she's like, "Oh, what is happening?" And her whole thing with Deputy Judy is just, it's yeah, I love it.
I think my two favorite lines in this movie are "Your lemon squares taste like ass," because it's a beautiful line, and then when Jill tells Courtney Cox, she's like, "Get your skinny ass over here." And that was improv on set. So I was listening to the commentary, and Emma Roberts improv that. And after they were done, I know you probably know this story, but I love that Courtney Cox went up to Emma Roberts and was like, "Thank you for that. That was really nice." So Courtney Cox loved that
Nice.
Emma Roberts told her to get her skinny ass over here. Like that's
I
just
love
so
that.
cool. And okay, so we started with Scream 5. Now we're on Scream. Wait, we started with Scream 2022, and now we're on Scream 4. And
Cream.
what like four cream and
For cream.
four cream and what I just want to ask you some questions about this movie. And this movie for me has grown, and I've when I first watched it in 2011, I was like, it's cool, but now I kind of love it. But it's interesting. I understand the 61% Rotten Tomato score. I understand the 6.2 IMDb score. It made the least amount of money of all the Scream films because I think, okay, three things. It came out in 2011 when the remake craze was really waning at this time. It kicked off, with The Ring, and then Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 03, 04, and then everything, just every property that people could get their hands on were remaking. So then, of course, that's great fodder for the Scream franchise. But I think when it came out, everyone was kind of tired of that sort of horror. And this is before the A24 stuff. This is like as Insidious was kicking off. We were kind of moving into a new type of horror. So I think it had that working against it. And another one is, I think this franchise, I mean, between Kirby and Jill, and I really like Gale, I think this film has three really strong characters. But I also think that there are some really weak characters in this film as well. I mean, you have like Olivia, you have Robbie, the boyfriend who, I mean, I was watching Dead Meat and the boyfriend doesn't even get a name. He's just the most Nico. He's just the most bland character. Do you think this movie got hurt by like the timing of it and then some kind of weaker characters, if that makes sense? Because I didn't care about them in 2011. I only like Kirby, but I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I agree. I also think I agree with all of that. I think it definitely all of that played, and I think that's the thing. There was a lot of factors playing into it because on top of that, you also had it was the first time that you really had the younger new characters come in. It
Ah,
was the first movie that, I mean, with Scream 3, you still had older characters. Like they were all the same age and stuff. Now it was like, the younger generation coming in. So it was the first movie that did that, which was totally different from the first three. You had less of Sydney.
mm-hmm.
Sydney wasn't really featured that much in the fourth one. And then you've got, for me, because I feel the same as you, I think we briefly spoke about it once, is no, like the first time I saw it, I was kind of like, okay. But now I love it. Every time I watch it, I love it more and more. It actually ages pretty well. Because I think back then, the whole angle of the technology and what the kids are going to do with it now, and like, streaming, live streaming, like murders, and everything is just streaming. And I think back then it was kind of an eye roll, the whole thing about being Insta
Yeah.
famous, the fame angle of these young people. Where now that's like totally like just every other day and every second person. So, like I said, it actually aged pretty well. I think back then we were kind of tired of the hype of it all. And to see it play out in a movie didn't feel, I don't know, like, yeah, I think the reaction to it was different than it is now. It just works it works well now because we're so used to it. I don't know.
No,
The
it's a
fame
good
angle
point.
got to me initially. I was like, "Ugh, really?" But now it's like, well, yeah, and it's a pretty Scream angle. So, I thought, yeah, I love the movie now. It's like you say, it grows on you.
Oh, it really
Um,
does. Kirby's the
yeah.
best.
We love Kirby. Team Kirby. I when I watched it again last night, I at the end was like, for me, Kirby is the new Sydney. Because Kirby is badass.
Hmm.
Kirby fell for the guy. Like you could so see when Charlie stabbed her there in the end, her eyes, and when she said Charlie, like she was really gutted and wrecked about like the
Literally?
fact that he
Sorry.
he like literally
Yeah.
like yeah that he did that. I mean, girl's gonna have some lang trust issues after this. And also, did I mention Kirby's just badass? She's like the new Sydney for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When she's on the
we love
couch
Kirby.
looking at boyfriend with her act, like just staring at him, she's like, "Get out of my." I love her line reading of like, "Get out! Why? Get out of my house!
My
Like, why are
house.
you here? Like, what are you doing?" And then when she reads out all the remakes, it's just it's just a super cool character. And I think Hayden, you know what's
Yeah.
interesting about her performance in this? It's so good that you're kind of wondering why she wasn't utilized better.
More.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like she owns the screen on this. Like just as an actor, I think it's one of those like really confident performances. And what's interesting is no matter how many people kind of said like, oh, I don't like Scream 4, but everyone goes, well, Kirby's cool. Like David Cross, we talked about this on Movies, Films, and Flicks. We talked about Scream 4 before, and he was just like, Kirby's awesome. And like, but Scream 4 is okay, but Kirby's awesome. Like you hear so like different articles that are coming out about this movie now, and every single one of them's like Kirby's cool. So I think just her presence
Exactly.
elevates this, and I love Jill's angle, like watching Emma Roberts just beat herself up and smash her head and then jump onto the glass, and just the way that she takes care of Culkin in she
Yeah.
just lights him up. It just makes me I don't know. I think like or Charlie, I guess I should say. Charlie's such an egg. He gets played so bad. But I just love
Yeah.
I just think her energy worked really well and her desperation. Like she's you know what's interesting in Black Coat's daughter, which we talked about, she's desperate to get back. Spoiler, to find the demon that took her over and then left. And she's just that desperation and sadness. Here she's desperate to kind of get like because the Kardashians was on at the time. I think Twitter was around, Facebook was
Yeah.
around, maybe Twitch, Vine. I don't. Vine might have been around. I know Vine hit like 2013, 2014. Vine was big. But I mean, this is before probably what, maybe Snapchat. But I guess the angle but the angle hits so much harder now, doesn't it? Because
It does.
I teach a short form production class at the college I teach at, and we the way to get short form narratives has changed so much nowadays. But we were going through kind of watching people who've hit big on YouTube and TikTok and examining what they did, how they did it, how they made it. And there's a guy who just eats food and has gained over 200 pounds in the last 4 years and has just let himself. It's sad. I just saw pictures of it and I got depressed.
Wow.
But this is a guy who became famous just by eating. And so
Yeah.
nowadays to have this fame and like I don't want to do anything, I don't want friends, I just want followers and do that, like it makes sense. It's I don't know. This well like we said, this movie just keeps getting better in the years. But yeah, it's really interesting how time has been kind to this movie. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, I mean, we've got the amazing opening. So I love the
Yes.
opening
Oh
of
yeah,
this
can we talk
film.
about that?
Every time. Yeah. Oh, it's so fun. Movie within a movie within a movie. And like, at one point, I think it's the one between Kristen Bell, and Anna Paquin. I think it's that scene where she's like, I think Kristen Bell says, yeah, but what makes this movie so cool is that it can really happen. When you watch this movie now, years later, and you hear that line, and you see, Psycho who just wants to be famous and kills their own mother and everyone else just so that, like, oh, I'd be online famous, and recording the murders, and, like, all of these things are happening. So again, it's like you say, this movie hits harder because Like, I mean, the movie like is meta and makes fun and is a horror comedy, but like the real world stuff we're talking about is serious and not funny. But the point is, it's true.
Yeah.
Like, Christian Bale was right. Like, it can really happen. Like, it is happening. And yeah, it just shows the brilliance of Wes Craven again. For Wes, like he made a good movie that, yeah, like I think we appreciate more now.
Hmm.
Um, but I mean, isn't that good art? Like,
No,
should have longevity in the end.
and I think it has. I think this movie. So with all my research that I do, this movie has grown in people's minds, and I've loved the beginning more and more. I think a couple of my other favorite lines are in the beginning, when you have Lucy Hale and oh gosh, the other actress who she's looking at pictures of Channing Tatum. She gets kind of catfished by this guy, but I love when she gets the call and this guy's like, "I'm gonna gut you like a fish," and then she goes, "It's for you," and she hands her the phone. Like that, I just laughed so hard. It's for you. And just watching the sidekicks too was kind of funny, those cell phones. But just I love that line. It's for you. And then you get Kristen Bell and Anna Paquin. Anna Paquin's kind of like the modern horror viewer, and then you get Kristen Bell, who's kind of like the old school slasher type viewer, which comes into
Yeah.
Scream 5, which is really cool. And then you get Amy Teagarden in the one that actually the third one. And I liked her a lot from Friday Night Lights. So like watching her, he's like, "You're the blonde bimbo," and she's like, "I have an A+ in this on my SATs." Uh,
Yeah.
so it's just fun and just
135 IQ.
yeah, and you bring back the garage door from the first one, the
I
very
love
strong
that.
garage door, and it's
Yes.
just I don't know, it's a really good opening. I remember watching, but it's such like it starts so hot, and then there's kind of a lull with the new kids, and you're kind of getting oriented to the film. But I think this is one of the better starts. I mean, I can't say it's better than Scream 1 or 2. That would be unfair, but I would put it above maybe 5 and 3 in regards to being like strong. But I love the meta concept of it and the way that they play with expectations. And did you notice the lighting in this movie? This is a much different looking film from 1, 2, 3, and 5.
Yeah, true.
I don't know
I
if
mean,
you.
it's 10 years later, so I guess, I don't know,
I just caught
studio
the
lighting
lighting,
is
like the
better.
soft lighting that they use
Yeah.
for it. But then I looked at the cinematographer. This guy shot Mulholland Drive. He shot Drag Me to Hell. And then he did Evil Dead 2, My Cousin Vinny, and then he directed Son-in-Law with Pauly Shore. This guy has one of the most, Peter Deming has one of the strangest, like, resumes I think I've ever seen for a DP. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of soft lighting in this. I don't know if you noticed. In every house, it's very soft and it's very, like not like dreamlike, but the I don't know. There's just a lot of interesting depth of field and soft lighting in this film that was lacking in the other one. So even it's visually different. I don't even think they're trying to like ride the coattails of the other ones. I mean, plot-wise, sure, with like the red herrings and everything, but I don't know. I still like that this movie comes across looking differently. I don't know if you got that or not, but I just dropped that on you. I should
Yeah.
probably send you notice of the things I'm just going to drop on you during the recording.
Nah, that's fine. I'm thinking now, like, I mean, it did look differently to me. I thought it was brighter
Yeah.
than the previous ones, but I honestly just chalked it off to like being 10 years later, like a decade of filmmaking later. I don't
And a $40
know.
million budget compared to what the first few
Yeah,
had. Yeah.
different lights. I don't know. But yeah, no, I mean, it does have a different feel to it in general. Actually, I'm thinking it would be interesting to actually watch the movies and which movie has more outside scenes, because Scream has a lot of
Yeah.
of course coming from inside the house vibes, and we've got a lot of house scenes in it, or like, yeah, strange buildings and hospitals. Should we quickly talk about the hospital?
What, in this one? Oh,
So I
the
thought
bedpan beatdown?
the bedpan beat down. I love it. I was asking Corey if he's ever been in a hospital that has an intercom system like a school does. Because it was actually last night when I watched the movie, it was the first time I actually heard them announce, as Jill was now planning to sneak out and go finish off Sydney, that she just learned is still alive, and might make it. You can hear an intercom announcement saying, "All personnel, please report to the something something room in 5 minutes." Which I guess kind of like explanation why then like no personnel was on the floor. But I've never, we don't have hospitals with intercom systems like that. So I just found it very interesting. Is that like, do your hospitals have that?
We spent a
We don't have
ton.
intercom systems.
We spent a ton of time in a hospital last year, but it
I
was such a
mean,
blur, and I was always tired that I couldn't tell you one way or the other. It all felt like a dream being in there for those weeks. So I couldn't tell you, but I do think intercom systems do make sense because I've worked in during film productions, I've worked in hospitals, and they're so dense and they're so like concrete that walkies didn't travel far. And so I wonder if an intercom system would be easier just in case people didn't have service or they needed somebody. Does that make sense? So,
our hospitals just have like phones that connect the floors and stuff. But I mean, we don't have like school intercom systems. And that sounded like a school intercom system. It was anyway. I found it very interesting. I've been in a lot of hospitals, so like I know that we don't have that. I just found that, and also, okay, so that's how they tried to explain why, the floor was devoid of any personnel, and with all of that happening, I was like, oh, snuck that one in, did you?
I like ADR, last second ADR. Like, we need something here. Can everybody please come to floor 3 for an all hands on meeting? Like, but I love just Jill though. She takes everyone to town. Like, she immediately goes to kill Sydney, and then she shoots Deputy Judy.
Yeah.
Just not destroys Dewey. She's a beast. Jill's a monster. Uh,
So yeah, the most lethal killers in this one, I'll tell you. We'll get to that later also. But Charlie, which does a lot of his stabbing, holy moly! Like, I think might be the strongest killer in this series so far.
oh wow.
Just because like, yeah, there's less stabbing, but they're lethal. It's like 1, 2, done, you're dead. It's actually incredible. Also, he takes out Olivia in the beginning with 2 cops, like with actual police watch outside of the house. He just doesn't give a crap. Like,
Yeah.
they're really ruthless and also clever. We always like say, okay, yeah, we should talk about the how good was their plan? How good was it? And these two actually, I mean, like the whole thing with Jill always trying to be on the phone so that everyone sees, like, she's also just with the victims here, like, throwing everyone off. And yeah, like I say, Charlie just not giving a crap. Say, killing a girl, stabbing her to death with the cops outside. That's ballsy.
Oh gosh. Yeah, he lights her up. This isn't a stab in the forehead or a stab in the back. He guts her, throws her through a window. The other two know what's going on. Sydney's there, cops are there. He's yeah, he likes that kill. You definitely can tell he digs it. Like he probably finds power in it, right? Because he was this sort of nerd and he couldn't get any attention from Kirby and he's film club, and so he probably relished having this power, I guess, over people. But that's a
Yeah, he
oh
he
sorry.
went to town on her.
Yeah,
No, just like he went to town on Olivia. That's the most stabs also. 6 stabs.
Olivia
She got
gets
six.
lit up, just screaming everywhere. And then she has like the I feel bad, like she's just stuck in the bra getting destroyed. Like it's so gratuitous. Like
Yeah,
I don't
totally.
I don't remember a single line of dialogue she has. And I'm not saying that's bad for the actress, but she's one of the more flat characters I think we've ever gotten in the franchise, right?
Absolutely. She made me think of Liv just because like they didn't really have a lot going on. They were kind of just there for distraction and body count. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, wasn't really much. Like her lines weren't really memorable.
No. She says something
Yeah.
about Angel of Death. Like everyone thinks that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Is that an odd subplot? It's like, no, Sydney, your boyfriend tried to kill you, and then his mother tried to kill you, and then your brother tried to kill you, but you're the angel of death. Like she moved to the middle of nowhere in Scream 3. Scream 2, she's just trying to go to college. So it's an interesting thing to call her the Angel of Death. Like I guess it's very high school though. I guess I'm so old I forgot about how judgy high school, like mean high schoolers can be, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It seems unfair, does it not? Because that's her. She doesn't have. You made a great point. Sydney doesn't have much of a role in Scream 4.
I mean, she brings out her book. It's like she actually already finished her character arc in a way. And she brings out her book and she's basically there to protect her, the family that's still there in her mom's sister and then Jill, who's still there in Woodsboro. I forgot the name for a moment. But I mean, that's that. And she's like, it's interesting because she's trying to kind of teach Jill how to survive. Because Jill also asks her, like, how do you cope with the fame and stuff? Now, we obviously know Jill didn't ask it, like, out of being nice or whatever. She wanted to know it for different reasons. But yeah, it's like Sydney is trying to give her advice on how to deal with, being in the center of murder. But then it turns out, okay, like, that was all for naught. Jill's actually the killer. Yeah. And for Sydney, it's like, okay, well, more bad luck. Maybe screw your family too, I mentioned it to you the other day. I honestly think Sydney's character arc ended with 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's perfect because since the 4th one, we've gotten the younger kids the younger generation to feature. So yeah, I mean, it was tough reading that she's not coming back for the 6th one, but I think maybe it's been coming anyway. I honestly think Gail had a stronger part in the 4th one. I think all the young kids in the 5th one is exciting and there's a lot to explore. I love it that they're bringing Kirby back. I think that is so clever because it's just so much they can still do with her character. So yeah. That's my thoughts on that.
I never even thought about it. I guess I just sort of looked at her in 4 as kind of like the Terminator, the mentor role, I guess. But they just sort of brought her back. And then, the 5th one, they had to kill off a major character to get her back. So yeah, 6. There are rumors, though, that she might be back for a tiny bit of 6 and play a bigger role in 7. Because all that news that they made about her, we haven't talked about that yet. We didn't talk about that for Scream 5, did we?
Yeah. We should have, because that happened right afterwards, actually, I think.
Listen.
We should have actually just done a 15-minute episode on just freaking out about that. Because but what does this mean?
Make that money, though, Nev. Like, listen, Scream 4 made close to Scream 2022. Scream 5 made close to, what, $200 million. If it didn't have the legacy characters, it wouldn't have done that much money.
No.
And it just wouldn't. So you kind of bring them back again for a little bit of a role in 5, or 6. Wait, where are we at now? 6.
6.
So, but pay her. Like that, Scream 5 did not cost much to make. And I guarantee you a big reason was people coming back to see those characters. So I wonder if they must have really lowballed her for her to just be like, nah. But I'm happy that they probably realized their mistake. They probably had to pivot, bring her back for some, and then maybe 7. Does that mean... Oh, no. I hope they don't get Gale in the 6th one. They won't kill Gale. Gale's a Terminator.
Yeah, I feel like that might happen. I've got a feeling. I think I actually said it in the previous pod. Everyone prepare for the death of Gale. I don't know why. I think that she's next. It would make sense to do her next and then Sydney in the 7th one. But I think that's maybe also what happened is that Nev, saw that she doesn't have this huge part in 6 and so they're not going to pay her that much. I don't know.
Yeah, it's all rumors, but
you don't know how this is going to go. That's the beauty of it. That's the excitement. You have no idea how Scream 6 is going to play out. Will Flamethrower Ghostface be back? I do hope so. Will they talk more about Stab 5's time travel plot that we learn in Scream 4 about?
That makes me so happy that there's time travel. It's just...
Right?
What's Richie complaining about? So Richie hates Stab 8 then, which was directed by Rian Johnson, and he wants it to go back to being the first stabs that were based on real
Robert
world.
Rodriguez, who did the first one. Yeah. I just wanted to mention, I love the directors of the Stab films. The whole Stab franchise is also excellent. Yeah. But anyway, yeah.
We need to do an April Fool's Day post or something on the Stab franchise. I'll make up some weird data about it.
Awesome.
Just to get some
Awesome.
laughs. But yeah, I guess coming back to this one, I asked for rankings for the Scream movies when we went to do Scream 5, and Scream 4 was pretty much bottom most of the time.
Yeah.
Which I guess I get because it's not one. No, one's the best. Two features some banger moments. 3 you either love or hate, I think.
Yeah, we love it.
We love
We love
we
it.
do love it.
We love 3. We are team 3.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh. But then
Team Scream 3.
4 doesn't have the weirdness of 3.
Team 3 Cream.
3 cream? Scream 3 wait, 3?
Team 3 Cream.
Yeah, Team 3 cream. We need that for
sounds wrong.
We need a shirt, Team 3 cream.
Oh yeah, let's print shirts. April Fools. There we go.
And then I guess 4 though, it doesn't have the weirdness of 3. So it
No.
doesn't, and then it doesn't have the brutality of the Drew Barrymore kill in the first one. And then the second one, it just doesn't have, like when Randy gets killed in the second one, that's a shock.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah, that was a shocker.
Shocking. So it doesn't have the shock value of 2. It doesn't have the weird Parker Posey of 3 cream. It doesn't have the freshness of 1. So I guess it's fair that people don't like it the most, but I don't think it's the black sheep of the franchise though. I don't think it's the Freddy's Dead, the final nightmare of the franchise. I think it's quite worthy and has several ideas that are worth exploring.
I think if we should call it something, we should call it a Wes Craven light. Even like, I can quickly run the numbers also. The stab counts like wasn't a lot actually. We've got, so the Scream 5, the latest Scream, we had 54 total stabs, right? 49 stabs that actually landed on folks. And 5 out of 9 people who got stabbed died. In the fourth one, we've only got 23 stabs that landed.
Huh.
Like from 49 to 23, that's like not a lot actually. But it's the most lethal.
Yeah.
7 people died out of 10 that got stabbed. And then gunshots, like that's also funny. The Scream 5 had 25 gunshots, killing 4 out of 7 people. Scream 4 has got 7 shots, but killing 2. It's not a lot of that. But yeah, the stabbing was actually interesting for me. Way less stabbing, but way more brutal. Like I said, Charlie did like once. Some folks only got stabbed once. And they were dead, and they were gone. It was an interesting one. And this is not counting the opening, obviously.
That head stab was quite something on Anthony Anderson's character, the cop, Deputy Perkins. Great name, by the way.
Gruesome.
And I guess that's based on a true story that Wes Craven had heard about, where someone got stabbed like that, and he kind of kept going for a little bit. And also he was a Scream super fan, Anthony Anderson, so he got added into this just because he loved the franchise. I do think that Adam Brody, Deputy Hoss, goes down kind of easy, but yeah, I mean he is kind of a little,
one stab and he's out,
which is quite rare for the franchise. But I guess if you slice and dice Hoss and then you stab Anderson in the head or Perkins in the head, then you don't have the shock. I guess you have one stab and then head stab, so you're not desensitized by the time that knife goes right into his skull. Very sharp knife, by the way. Very, very. Yeah. Very sharp knife. But that's a good scene. And also too, I mean, when you get the death of when Alison Brie, who's just so scuzzy in this movie. She's such a scuzz bucket. And I love that about her. But you do get the best gag of the movie, and it's quite like bleak humor when Dewey's like, "We have everything under control." And then the body gets thrown off the parking garage and it's just and then everyone screams. He screams. Yeah. It's just so hilarious. And how fast is that killer? You're in a car park on the 4th or 5th floor. I mean, maybe they hid in a trunk. I don't know. Like these killers are beast mode. Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
Deathmatch, right? Deathmatch. Stu's house. Stu's house. You have in one area you have Charlie Walker and you have Jill Walker. Wait, no, those aren't the names. You have, what am I looking at? You have Charlie Walker and Jill Roberts. Jill Roberts? That's her last name? It is. That threw me off. Wait,
Yeah.
I'm melting down here. I just want to make sure I got. Where's I have IMDb. Yeah, Jill Roberts. Emma Roberts is Jill Roberts. I thought I
Yeah.
maybe wrote that down. So you have those two in
Yeah.
one corner, and then you have Richie and
Amber.
Amber in another corner. Richie and Amber versus Jill and Charlie. Who walks out?
Oh, wow. Huh. That's a tough one because so Jill and Amber, yeah, see, I think they're the impulsive, seriously violent ones where Richie and Charlie would probably try to like brain muscle it out first or like talk smack or whatever. But I'm thinking Jill might actually have the upper hand because she is a beast. But I think it might be Jill and Richie last standing because Amber is so impulsive. She does stupid things.
Hand
She's over
sanitizer. Yeah,
impulsive.
hand
Like
sanitizer.
she would just run off a bridge. She would just like run full steam and you just get out of the way like a Looney Tunes cartoon and she'll just run off the cliff.
Plows through the house and leaves a indentation of herself.
Jill would take out Charlie because that's how she would it would be like, but I'm on your team, and she's like, no, there's only one last standing. So Jill would win. Jill would win it all.
Yeah, I think so too because I think Richie's kind of soft. I think she would just straight up play Charlie, and I think you're perfect about what you said about Amber. Amber would just blow herself up.
Exactly. She's like strong because we saw her like do
Yeah,
some. I mean, she killed Dewey. She's strong as hell, but yeah, she would blow herself up.
I'd like to
And
see.
yes, Richie isn't that strong. Jill would annihilate him. So Jill would actually, yeah, last one standing.
I kind of want to see an Amber Jill movie now. Get rid of Charlie, get rid of Richie, and have the two of them run amok, wiping people out.
Yeah, very Thelma and Louise, but like Scream style.
And they both do Unhinged really well. So like,
Amber's Unhinged is scary. Amber's Unhinged is like, I don't know. She feels like she'd be perfect in The Grudge or something.
you know, that's a great. You're right. Her Unhinged is like feral animal.
Yeah, dark. Like,
Jill is there. There's some intelligence there,
yeah.
but she's still a
No,
beast.
she's smart. She's still a beast. I mean, she's like her own mother. Poor Jill's mom. And also talk about a knife that is next level. That knife went through the door, through her spine. It's incredible.
This
It's
is.
the best knife of the franchise.
Whoa, can we do that? All right. This knife
We
is the
just
best
did.
knife. It's like the chainsaw from Texas Chainsaw Massacre
Yeah,
2022.
exactly.
That's amazing. Oh yeah. So like Jill is awesome. Like watching this movie again, I think she's cool. Like I don't think she's cool. I don't think killers are cool.
I don't like her.
No, but sorry, but it's good. Like it's a good character, I think.
Yeah, yeah. No, she's an interesting character.
There it is.
I don't
There it
like
is.
her.
Yeah.
There's a lot about the character I don't like, but like just from a personal point of view. But again, like I'm not supposed to like her, I guess.
Mm-mm.
So I did like that. And that's what I loved about this one too. And just what I love about the Scream movies is they keep on like changing things and kind of reinventing themselves. Because with the fourth one, we basically followed the killer the whole time, thinking they're like literally the new Sydney. Like with Richie, we did it too, but he was the boyfriend. Where Jill, I mean, like Jill was kind of played as the new Sydney. And it was
Oh.
like, no, psych, she's the killer. You just followed the killer all the way through the movie, like from her point of view and empathizing with her. Psych. I
Well,
love that. And that's what I love about Scream.
so that would be in the first one, the killers are Lillard and Billy.
Boyfriend and buddy.
But
Yeah.
then you have in 4, it's interesting because like she's the Nev character and Charlie's sort of the what is he? Kind of a Randy? There's a bunch of Randys in this movie. There's about 3 Randys in Scream 4.
Charlie's actually like the potential boyfriend. Like we think it's Trevor, but Trevor ends up being absolutely nothing.
Mm-mm. He gets
And
shot in
it's
the
kind of
balls.
Charlie because we think Like that's also we think Charlie is like gonna hook up with Kirby. Oh, and you so wanted them to. I loved the like just chemistry between the two of them. I really dug
Hmm.
it. So it was like kind of a shame that he turned out to be a jerk. Yeah, you kind of thought no, they were gonna hook up. Oh no, apparently like he's with Jill. So that was also interesting. Like Jill killed the boyfriend
Ah, so
because Jill's also the killer.
this is stuff you write on a whiteboard to try to figure it out.
Yep.
You go a
Yep.
little bit insane, like Channing Tatum from 21 Jump Street, where he's like drawing all over the board. But yeah, I like the way they mess with it. The red herrings in this one are very strong. Like you get Deputy
Yeah.
Judy coming out of the shadows. You get the
Oh,
mom
what is
shopping.
up with that?
Yeah,
What is wrong with her?
I mean, she's a weirdo. Like
She's, she's a little
she,
bit of a homewrecker
yeah.
too.
Oh,
I
she
mean,
wants Dewey, and
oh,
she's not hiding
oh.
it. Like
It was
it's
what, but a baby daddy? Because I mean, like we didn't know in the fourth one she had a kid, but like how old is Wes in the fifth Scream 5? So she obviously had him already in the fourth one,
yeah. So he's about
and
7,
she's
maybe.
just like, so she just wants like a daddy for her baby. I'm like,
Oh.
Deputy Judy, you homewrecker.
She's legit too. She's trying. Like this is not overt.
Hard.
Yeah, there's no subtlety there, and so it's kind of fun that Gail hates her because
Yeah, Gail knows.
yeah, Gail knows, and I just like her coming out of the shadows. The mom shopping at 11 p.m. at night. You get Joe with the open window. You get the boyfriend coming in. Even I knew the boyfriend was such a nothing. I never thought that he'd be the killer. And
No,
I'm
he
not
was.
hating on the actor. I just think it's just one, maybe too many characters in this that he just sort of fell by the way, like just not an important character, so he just didn't get much time. I mean, he gets shot in the balls though. That's a pretty gnarly.
Oh yeah.
That's
I mean, boyfriend did get shot in the balls.
Jeez Louise. But you're right though.
Very screen.
Gail and Dewey are really good. Dewey's Dewey, but he's trying to be the sheriff. But then he has his wife, who's definitely smarter than him, kind of engaging when he's trying to be the leader. And I feel for both of them. Like he's not getting her involved,
Yeah.
even though how much they've been through. Like he should keep her involved, but she shouldn't be making him look bad in front of crowds. And I guess it does set him up for Scream 5 and their kind of split that they had.
Yeah.
And wow, yeah, it does. But it's
Yeah.
that's interesting thing about working our way backwards.
Right? I love that we're doing it
Yeah.
like this way. I think it's a fresh, actually, way to do it. It's like in screenwriting, they always say, if you want to know if you have a problem with your story, read your script backwards
Oh.
because it needs to still make sense. So I love that we like doing the Scream movies backwards because it's just a fresh perspective, I think. Like you
Yeah.
working it back and realizing, oh yeah, this is how they kind of set up the other movie.
And they do a good job of it. And I don't know. I like Gail a lot putting her webcams out. It's funny seeing webcams nowadays. Like she's like going around the barn. The one
Right.
that is kind of crazy though that there are murders in this town. And well, you know what? They're teenagers. Like
Yeah.
I think we overestimate teenagers sometimes. And I'm not. If you're a teenager listening to this, I was a maniac in my teens. Like I went.
Oh, yeah.
I would have gone to the party,
Oh.
right? And so I'm not. Kids would have gone. College kids would have gone. Shoot, adults would have gone to this party. I mean, actually anybody would go. So I don't know why I'm singling out teenagers. But yeah, people would go to this barn party to watch
Yeah.
these things. So just to watch her with her cameras, and it's fun watching her get back into work because that's a nice callback to Scream 1, her putting her cameras in and just.
I love where she arrives at the party and then she wants to like be incognito, so she puts on the Scream mask and she does the little dance and she's such a dork.
Yeah.
She's such a dork. It's one of my favorite scenes. Oh gosh. I
Yeah.
love Gail.
That is a great moment too. Oh, that makes me so happy. And she puts her cameras
Same.
out. And do you think that Sydney and Gail, their insides just look like
Oh wow.
shepherd's pie? Like it's just, it's just
Like- Like Tree from Happy Death Day. It's just like wrecked.
Oh,
like how are
yeah.
you still alive?
Yeah, they analyze the body and they're like, you've been killed 48 times. It's and then Sydney
Magic
gets
blanket.
stabbed twice too.
Yeah, she gets stabbed twice. No, they get wrecked. It's it's not a Scream movie where those two don't don't get stabbed, I guess.
And then they put the magical blankets over them and everyone's healed.
It's amazing. I love it. The power of cinema, people.
Oh god, I get a cut on my arm and I'm like, ah! Sydney gets stabbed twice by a magic blade, and she is able just to like rock it. So yeah, but that's not what these movies are about. I guess they're more about having fun. But I guess the main thing I want to get out of this episode with you and I is that Scream 4 does have some weak characters, but I just want people to realize there's some really good parts to this movie in here.
Absolutely. Like, it's interesting also when I watched it again last night, it does have moments of nostalgia. It's got the shout out to the garage scene in the beginning. It's got the movie club scene that it's reminiscent of Scream 2's film club scene. Like, it's one of my favorite scenes in the movie is where Alison Brie's character meets Gail for the first time, and she geeks out. And at one point she's like, "You were my 90s."
Oh yeah.
I love it. I love that line. That's my other favorite line. Right, there's some fun, but it's not overused. It's not like, oh gosh, enough with the nostalgia stuff. Like, I feel like the new Scream 5 had way more like nostalgic, like cool shout outs and stuff like that. I think Scream 4 can stand on its own. It's got like, some like, I don't want to say scene problems, but some draggy moments here and there, or like, stuff where, yeah, like, I think our biggest problem also is with Trevor, like the fact that he just feels like nothing and is so underused for what's supposed to be one of like the group or the pack characters, which is kind of how I felt about Liv too. I felt Liv could have been used more, but I mean, it's not. And it's not something that ruins the movie for me, though. I don't think it ruins the movie. So, yeah, I don't know. I like it.
He started showing some personality when, with Kirby, he saw that Kirby and Culkin were gonna like make out, and he's like, "You two?" Like, they gave him 3 seconds of personality. Like, it's almost there. Like, you almost got it. But yeah, I wish they would have done a little bit more, I guess, on that angle. But you know what's interesting too is I don't know how much you read about the making of this movie, but what I thought was interesting was that Kevin Williamson was gonna write this movie. He was gonna be the script writer, but then he had to step away to go work on Vampire Diaries. So then they brought in Aaron Kruger to write it. But I still don't. This doesn't feel like half a movie to me. This doesn't feel like This has a through line. So
Yeah.
I think they pulled it off pretty well, with only Kevin Williamson doing kind of double duty, and then Kruger doing reshoots, and then Wes Craven said he did some of the script, like, writing on this. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But most of the time when you hear about a split duty writers, and it gets muddled in like too many ideas. But I don't think this one suffered from that. Do you?
No, I don't think so either. I remember like a lot of people said, "Oh yeah, but this is why the movie isn't that good because Kevin wasn't on it. Wasn't like a sole writer of it." And I was always like, okay, but you guys know that it's not Kevin's movie. It's Wes's movie too. Always been like he's always had a say in like a lot of what happens, and like so yeah, I think also that's the thing, and it's props to Wes Craven because he's never been a director that's been, it's my way. It is what I want to do, and it is what it is. He's always been collaborative. So, and I like that. I like it because it does give you fresh stuff. Otherwise, it gets stale. I don't know, like with some directors, and I'm not going to name names because I don't know, I want to upset people, their favorite director that I don't like or whatever, but no, it can get, you know what to expect. So there's no really excitement of the unknown or, like freshness or see what I love collaborations too. So yeah, I honestly didn't mind it. I prefer that to just giving me the same old thing that the same director does, and I know exactly what to expect. I don't know. There's no magic in that for me, really. Then it just becomes a paint by numbers.
And then to complain that Kevin didn't have a full script, like, I mean, Aaron Kruger worked on Scream 3. And he had no time for that movie. He kind of got handed that and had to write it really fast. So he's a Scream veteran as well.
Exactly.
So you still keep it in the family. But
yeah, that's a good way of putting it. It's not like this outsider who didn't know anything or who had no input from other like Scream veterans. Like, it's, yeah. I mean, it didn't feel like that at all. It felt like a Scream movie, just with new, younger characters. And I think, honestly, that's what's thrown people because, like the
Mm,
whole legacy thing is kind of new, bringing back the legacy actors. It's actually kind of a new thing because movies have been trying to like bring in like the new guys. I mean, remember the new Star Wars stuff? I mean,
mm-hmm.
like, and a lot of us loved it, but a lot of people didn't because they just want to see the old same faces. And I get that. I get why. It's a familiarity. Like the same way I'm like, oh, I want something new and exciting and unknown. A lot of people are like literally the opposite. They want the familiar, the comfort, and I get that. You guys do know, like, these people are going to be 60 soon. So you can't really have, like, what are we going to do? 60 going to 16 and do all like body swap to go back to high school. I don't know. I mean,
Oh.
de-aging and then they go back to high school. And so we can just keep the franchise young people forever, even though the actors are 60.
Freaky too. Freaky too.
Ah, freaky too.
No, that's actually
Yeah.
that's a really good point. And it's
Yeah.
it's interesting when you have to bring back the legacy characters, and I prefer new things as well because I thought Force Awakens was fun, but it was like they said, it was a reboot qual. It was a Death Star. It
Yeah.
was a young kid on a sand planet. But then when you have new characters and then you have the legacy characters, you have this weird seesaw going on of we got to
Mm.
give everyone enough. We got to make sure that they're back for a reason. We got to like we're not just wasting them. And I thought Jurassic World Dominion did a good job of that, just by the way. But yeah, you got to like balance the old and the new. But if you're just focusing on new characters, you don't have that. You don't have to wedge in legacy characters into your film. So I think this one did it really well because it's family first and foremost, which
Yeah.
with Jill, so she comes back. It's kind of organic there. But I would say this is one of the more seamless. Like this isn't Texas Chainsaw Massacre bringing back the Sally from the first one in the 70s and like just wedging her
Oh,
into
yeah.
the film. This one I don't know, it feels organic. But yeah, I mean, bringing back legacy characters now is. You know what I do love about Scream though?
I,
And we said this during
yeah.
Scream 5, sorry to do this to you, but like Halloween, there's 47 timelines. Like
Yeah.
Scream, it's one. It's one.
It's one.
It's
It's one, and it's all the people involved. And I told this also in like to you the previous podcast. There's so many other people involved, but you can't like if there's like this murder story in a town, there's a lot more people involved than the couple of people you see in the movie. So it's cool. You can always bring in more people because it's a whole town of people that has been affected by it in one way or another.
oh yeah.
I also just think like they're doing it pretty well because if you think about it, Mark, and I'm literally also just realizing this now, Scream 4, they kept it going with Sydney's family. Scream 5, they kept it going with Billy's family. Now what you have left is basically a bunch of survivors. Remember at the start, like even before we started doing the episodes for the podcast, like I told you, yeah, Scream 6 should be the survivor edition because so many kids survived the fifth one, and we know Kirby survived, and like they're survivors. So now I think like we've done the family stuff, and so we've got the ties there with the kids and their families, and now we can just play with like who's left and the survivors. And I think it's playing out pretty nicely still. It's still making sense. The timeline still makes sense, and the connections with the people involved still make sense. And honestly, not a lot of horror franchises can say that.
Yeah.
So
You could put
it
them
has
on.
more than trilogy movies.
It's like one hand, right? I think Final Destination eventually ties itself together. But if we're going same
Sort of,
characters
yeah.
all the way through I think Chucky's done a good job of it. Like that, like
Yeah.
they've never
Yeah.
retconned anything from that franchise, so nothing has ever been retconned. This, I mean, Friday the 13th, because it keeps bringing back characters. Nightmare on Elm Street did a pretty good job of it. No, Scream's the best. Let's just say that. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the problem is like it's Scream's not as messy as some of the others. Like you have to
Yeah.
think because some of the others they like leave and go other places. And I mean, Scream 6 is going to be interesting. That's going to be in New York. It's the first time it's not going to be in Woodsboro. They're taking it to New York. But then it's like, is it going to be in New York the whole time? Or are they again just like doing a switch and bait type of vibe? Like, yeah, you think it is, but then it all comes back to Woodsboro.
Oh
Who
wow.
knows these things?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, why? I want a different location because you gotta get away. Like you know what the problem is with a lot of these franchises is that you know Jurassic Park, you gotta keep going back to the park. Like you gotta keep
Yeah.
going back. So eventually you're gonna like Evil Dead. I know the new Evil Dead movie they're making takes place in a high rise, like in a skyscraper building. Like they're calling it
Oh
Evil Dead High
wow.
Rise. So this could be
Okay.
Scream Six Cream High Rise,
Yeah.
brother. Jeez
Six
Louise.
Scream. Like, yeah. What hotels do you guys have? Big hotels.
Just the
Radisson.
Hilton, yeah, or just do the
Six Scream
Craven
Hilton.
hotels,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Just go with that.
or the Williamson
But I
Suites,
mean, Scream 3 actually took it out in the
yeah,
sense that
California,
it took it to the film studios. Scream 3 was in the film studios, which I also loved.
yeah,
Like, how clever.
uh,
How very
and
clever.
going back to the house. Oh my gosh, that was such a good scene. We're gonna have a fun time with that. That's next.
Oh, we're gonna have the most fun.
Oh man, that's gonna be great. Hey, so before we move on to that, do you want to do? All right, so do you want to talk our favorite? We said our favorite. Oh, and the amount of screams in this one. You
Oh,
have
yeah.
it has the 43, so the second lowest of the franchise. So it's Scream, Scream 4, and then you have Scream
Mm,
2, Scream 3, then 5 Cream. So it's the second lowest of the franchise.
that's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind
Not a
of
lot of screams, less stabs. Well, less stabs in the fifth one. I'm counting the stabs as we like do the pods, so I don't know. Maybe it's more than the three, two, or one, but interesting.
do you want to do our
Interesting.
5 favorite characters that aren't Gale, Sydney, and Dewey? We'll keep moving. So what we're
Oh
doing is
yeah, our team. Yeah.
we're working our way through the franchise, and we always have five characters who aren't a main character, and so we pick 5 from 5 Cream. I just like saying 5 Cream. We pick 5 from
Yeah.
5 Cream, and then we're gonna like if we add from Scream, you could keep these 5 from 5 Cream, but if you add, you have to take one out. So we always have to stay at 5 characters throughout the entire franchise, if that makes sense.
Except for Sydney, Gail, and Dewey.
Yeah, except for
Yeah.
Sydney, Gale, and Dewey. Do you have your 5?
Yeah. Okay. So from my 5, I'm obviously gonna take Kirby. I know you're going to,
Yep.
like, because how can you not take Kirby? I've got Kirby. I'm keeping Chad because I love Chad. I seriously love Chad. I'm keeping Mindy too. I'm keeping the twins. I love my twins from Scream 5. I'm keeping Sam too. I'm keeping my girl Sam. Like, I'm excited to see what she's going to do in the sixth one. I like her. And then I am doing Charlie from Scream 4. Just
Ooh.
because Charlie, from, like I said, from the stabbing stats, seems to be the most lethal killer of all the killers. So I think, like, yeah, and also he's persuadable. Like, I'm telling you, if stupid Trevor didn't walk in on him and Kirby, something might have happened, and who knows, Charlie might have been persuaded because you
Ooh.
can see that boy is totally persuadable. He just needs the right influence.
He just needs some to hang out with Kirby because she's cool.
I don't know, maybe he's already far gone, but I don't know. It was just funny, like when I watched it last night again, and he got so mad at Trevor, like he jumped up and stormed out, and then the next scene is all the killing happening again, and I'm like, yeah, what would have happened if him and Kirby just made out, and like, I mean, maybe things would have changed. Maybe he would have said, like, abort the plan. I don't want to do this anymore, Jill. Who
Yeah.
knows these things?
I quit.
But he was really mad at Trevor. Like, Trevor spoiled that whole mood.
I'm gonna go to
So, yeah.
jail for a long time. But yeah, she's that'd be interesting. Like he's like, I'm out of this, Jill. She's like, no, you're not.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
But also, like, I mean, Kirby did dodge a bullet there. Ha 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 ha.
Oh,
With Charlie. Like,
I'm so happy she's coming back. All right, so you got.
I
I
know.
like you. You got Kirby, Chad, Mindy, Sam, and Charlie.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go Deputy Judy.
You love Deputy Judy. Is it the lemon squares?
Yeah, it's all lemon squares. It's just
I'm Team Girl.
I just think it's
Sorry,
so
sorry, Mark.
funny that in the 5th one she wanted to wear those athleisure wear and like it's just interesting.
Yoga mom.
It's just such an interesting decision. Like she wanted that, so I thought that was funny. Kirby, of course. I'm gonna take Jill Roberts because she's a beast.
She is.
She's a monster. I just dig her. Mindy, you got to keep Mindy. I think Mindy she's basically the Kirby. She's just cool. And I like that. You know what I like about her? Kirby doesn't really feel like a high schooler, but Mindy does. Mindy feels like that. I'm smarter than everybody.
She's very smug.
Yeah, very smug. But like that's what super smart high schoolers are. I mean, that's what
Totally.
like super smart people are in general. And I kind of like
I
that.
was like that in varsity.
Yeah.
So smug.
They let her be a kid, and they don't have a big world yet, so you can be smug because you're the smartest kid in your school, but you haven't seen the world. Like the more you see, the less you know. So right now she knows a lot. So I love that about her. And then Richie, because I just think I think they nail the idea of the toxic entitled fan with him. And I haven't seen a toxic fan become a murderer, but he just feels like someone I've seen at a Comic-Con. Oh, like he really does. And I like Jack Quaid being sarcastic in it. He's cool. So those are my 5. But we have so that. We only have 2 of the same. We have Kirby and Mindy, and then we have 3 different ones. That's fun.
Yeah. Nice.
And then real quick, I do love the discussion when they talk about the beginning of slashers. And have you ever written a Cracked article about like Peeping Tom or Psycho or Black Christmas or Halloween, or does it even matter? Like, have you ever written about that? Like that argument that people have? Like, the way I see it is Peeping Tom, sure, had the perspective of the killer. Psycho showed a toilet, showed a shower massacre, showed a killer, slasher, literal slashing. Black Christmas kind of stepped it up with the guy in the house, the POV. But I think Halloween is what kicked the door open for slashers. So like any of them could make a case, but I think like I'm not saying like I think Peeping Tom, Psycho, and Black Christmas got on base, like first, second, third base, and then Psycho's all-timer, so I'm not saying it's not a home run, but then Halloween knocked it home, all of them home, if that makes sense. Is that the way you see slashers, the evolution of slashers?
I think, I get what you're saying. Like, slashers is always like pushed the, what do you call it, the taboo line. But like, where the early ones was like a little bit slowly, and like, Halloween kind of, knocked the door wide open.
Wide open.
Yeah. Wide open, yeah, and also made it mainstream. Like, and I guess I don't know, like the whole mask killer thing. Also, like, you can't really talk about these slashes without talking about the mask killer, because that is such a thing too. Like, people just really love that. I've written about that, like what makes a horror mask scary, but it's also just like the funny thing is it basically comes down to, well, if almost every mask is scary, like it just works. It's that hidden evil, the not knowing. It's just like the boogeyman. Yeah, I think we saw it with the pandemic, how I had a conversation with my mother about it the other day, where she's like, it's so great seeing people's whole faces again. Like, she had such a hard time only looking at their eyes because she like deals with a lot of people. And she was like, it's so great seeing their whole face because she can see so much more of the expressions and stuff. And it's interesting. Like, a lot of people had trouble with like the masks on and not being able to see the face, and it made them feel anxious. And it's just something that works. Like, people don't like it when faces are covered up. They want to see.
Mm-hmm. And Halloween sort of Black Christmas was always behind something.
I think it was a POV thing. That's what made Black Christmas so. I love Black Christmas.
That movie though is so unsettling.
It's so good.
Sorry to interrupt. Like, I watched that movie and I feel very unsettled. So that's that's not a movie that explodes in the populace, because it dealt with issues in 1974. It dealt with issues of abortion. It dealt with just a perverted killer. Like, it really is unsettling. Halloween, though, I know Michael Myers scared people, but you still, it felt more accessible to the public.
Exactly. Like, and I mean, with the whole sexual angle also, like, Black Christmas also
Mm.
had that. Like, I mean, some of the others, but I think Halloween, like, really pushed that too. I think, like, again, like, I mean, slashers, they do tend to push the concept of taboo, because I guess it's just really a concept. It differs so widely. Yeah, it's interesting.
It's
But
fun.
I love Scream because Scream talks about all of it.
Oh, that's beautiful. And then before we get out of here, your three favorite remakes released since 2000. Since I mean, I did a graph of all the remakes that were remade, and it started with like Ring in 2001. There's three or four, then it jumped all the way to 20 something in 2005. And like we just had so many horror remakes in the early 2000s. So, what are your three favorite horror remakes released since 2000?
So I'm going to cheat and just give you four because I realized the three that I took was from like later in the 21st century. But like, yeah, one of my favorites from 2001 was 13 Ghosts. I mean, that's like such a favorite remake. So
So
like
good.
bonkers, and also a Matthew Lillard one. And yeah, just fun. I mean, that's everyone's favorite. Like, yeah, crazy remake. But yeah, my three actually, I loved Suspiria. I love the Suspiria remake. I know not everyone dug it, but yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I mean, what's better than like Tilda Swinton playing a character in a movie? Tilda Swinton playing two characters in a movie.
And Maya
So
Goth,
good.
right? And
Yes,
like and
I,
Dakota.
I like, oh, and so many scenes, like it's like visual images that I will never forget. That is so just great. I love also the like climatic dance, like in the third act. It's so good. Love Suspiria. I love everything about that movie. Evil Dead. Oh gosh, how great was it to like be excited for another Evil Dead movie, and then it turned out being way more serious, but so good. Like that movie, I was like buckets and buckets and buckets of blood, like
Rain.
raining down. Like, oh gosh, yeah, no, I loved the whole angle. I love the more serious vibe. I didn't expect it.
Oh,
And also scenes there that when she goes and like into that bush tree thing. Yeah, I mean, scenes that you will never forget,
box
but it's
cutter.
beautiful scenes. It's art. Like I would actually paint that. That is like, it's really beautiful. And then I love the It remake. I did not appreciate the second one,
Mm-mm.
but I love the first one. I do. Some great moments in there where it comes out of the projector, and yeah, just the kids stuff. Like it, yeah, yeah, I
Strong
loved it.
movie. Real strong
Strong
movie. Yeah.
movie.
And they really caught something with that first one. The second one had a hard battle to fight because I didn't like it either. But the first one was a legit horror like phenomena. It made 300 million. Like you're not gonna
Yeah,
recapture that. They got like a Stand By Me Spielbergian horror slasher vibe that
exactly.
it's tough, and they somehow caught it. Like J.J. Abrams was jealous of that. Like he wishes Super 8 were that. Sorry, that's bad. Um, all right, so my three are the Fright Night remake. Um,
Cool, cool, cool. Yeah.
I saw that at a drive-in with Megan, and it just felt like the perfect drive-in movie. David Tennant is hilarious.
Oh, I
Imogen
love
Poots
him.
is
Yeah.
always good. I mean, Anton Yelchin. I mean,
Oh,
Colin
yeah.
Farrell.
Favorites.
You also have Tony Collette. I mean, just a gigantic Christopher Mintz-Plasse, like a gigantic cast, good humor, good action. It does enough to justify its existence. Vegas makes a lot of sense, right? Because
Yeah.
it's a commuter town. People come and go. You have Peter Vincent doing shows. Like it's very organic the way that they made that movie. So I'm gonna say that. Piranha
Cool.
3D because it's insane, and Alejandra Aja is just a director who I adore. I mean, he made Crawl, which you and I love. He's just
Love.
it's a movie that like I felt unhealthy watching Piranha 3D. Like that gore scene with the Spring Breakers is brutal. It's like a French director coming to America and just punching everybody in the face with gore.
Yeah,
And
that is
like
true.
Jerry O'Connell knows what movie he's in. It's like loud and brash and gratuitous and bloody and uh I don't know. It captures like a good just a it's so much gore. Oh my gosh. And then I'll
All
do
the
the
gore.
the crazies. I think,
Yeah.
because
Love the Crazies remake.
it's a good movie.
It was a good movie. It was surprisingly a good movie. I actually also read that a lot of people were also surprised that it was that good.
Yeah.
Like, it worked.
Like,
It worked.
I mean, Timothy Olyphant and Rhoda Mitchell, very good actors. Joe Anderson, very good actor. You have really excellent cinematography. You know that house that
Yeah.
they burnt down? Do you know this? Have you heard about this? They
No.
were able to burn it down because the person who owned no one owned that house because they thought it was haunted.
Oh,
So
for real?
they burnt down a real house.
That people thought were haunted.
Yeah.
It's a win-win.
And then like that guy sitting there with the fire in the background, that's one of my favorite 2000s and up shots in a movie. I think it
Yeah.
looks beautiful. And I think Rhoda Mitchell's like an unheralded horror hero. I really love Timothy Olyphant. I think he's
Yeah.
awesome.
What's not to love? Oh, he's awesome.
So yeah, those are my three. And I was thinking 13
Nice.
Ghosts, and I'm glad you picked it. So now I don't have to because
Yeah, it's both of our wild cards. Yeah.
it's
Thank you.
it's the Lillard for sure in that movie. He's so good.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's the Lillard and the creative ghosts. That's what makes that
Yeah.
movie.
You know,
The house, the ghosts, and Lillard.
that's a great point because the ghosts
It's
are
funny.
cool.
The ghosts are so cool. Like, you actually, like, I was like, 13 Ghosts needs a TV show because you need like a whole like episode for every ghost's like backstory. You can do so much cool things with it. Like, it's so fun. And I actually read some like long ago, I read something that someone said, yeah, as soon as Matthew Lillard dies in that film, you kind of stop caring because you don't really care so much about the other characters.
No.
Like, it feels bad to say it, but I mean, yeah, like a lot of them are just annoying. But yeah.
He gets folded in half.
It's rough. That's also the thing. Like, the movie wasn't shy. Like, there was some gnarly. What was the lawyer guy? He got like sliced.
Oh
Slide.
yeah.
The slide motion. Oh gosh.
I have the Blu-ray, but I bought the Shout Factory Blu-ray for it too because there's a new commentary on it.
Oh, cool.
So
Cool.
I love that movie. But hey, this was a lot of fun, and I'm really happy that we revisited this movie. And working backwards, I enjoy. This is a fun.
It's cool, huh?
Yeah, I might. John Levengood and I are going to be covering the Saw franchise.
I do it the same way. Yeah.
Because we've done Resident Evil all the way through, we've done Final Destination all the way through, I've done the Riddick trilogy all the way through. I did another franchise, Underworld, all the way through. It might be fun to go backwards and give something different. Start with Spiral.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, this was fun. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks, Mark. Yeah, it was good. And then we'll be talking about Scream 3 soon.
Three
so
cream.
much fun! 3 cream.
Where can people find you?
It's Anandi on Twitter. It's Anandi Boots. It's on Facebook. Yeah, I'm still writing for Cracked and hustling away. So yeah, find me online.
I think about your villain dancing article a lot.
You do.
Because they just had some in Fresh.
Yeah.
Sebastian Stan.
I'm looking forward to our horror episode at the end of the year. Because, yeah, so far he's getting my Best Actor in a Horror Award. Gosh, like, I know it's more thriller, but it's like thriller horror, so it counts.
Yeah. I mean, listen, when you feature...
It's cannibalism, it's horror.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's
exactly.
thriller horror.
Yeah.
It's thriller horror.
It's like, yeah, if someone's like...
He's so good and fresh.
It's a thriller.
Sorry.
It's not a horror. Like, come on.
It can be both, people.
Yeah, but that'll be fun. Good dancing in that.
Good dancing, yeah.
I mean... You know what's interesting though? Megan and I, real quick, we got to get out of here, but real quick, I said last night that Sebastian Stan might have the best villain dancing in a while, and Megan went, "Excuse me, Toby Kebbell, Bloodshot."
Yeah, I mean, listen, I can't hear Psycho Killer anymore without seeing Toby Kebbell, and like actually now I can't hear Psycho Killer the song anymore without dancing like Toby Kebbell. Like, I'm literally imagining I've got one of those big parkas on, and I'm like doing like Toby Kebbell moonwalk vibe. Boom, 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 boom.
I just need that playing.
Boom, 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 boom.
Why don't we get more of him like that? He was fun like that.
I love Toby Kebbell. Every time I see a movie and he's in, I'm like, I never knew his name before. Now, like, it's Toby Kebbell, but it was like, oh, this guy, I love him. He's great. I want more Toby Kebbell.
He's never made a
Give us
movie
more
worse.
Toby Kebbell.
Yeah, more TK.
No, more TK. For sure.
And that needs to be a shirt too. 3 cream and more TK. All right,
Starting a merch shop.
find us on T Public. You can do all this. But hey, this was awesome. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks, Mark.
All right, so for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, I'm for Zanani Boetis. This is Movie Films and Flicks. We'll see you next week.